July here in a Napoleon War online commentary battle. I command the French. My opponent, Huntsman General Ryan, commands the Swedish. We'll be looking at my army right here. Both the builds will be at the bottom of this screen in the video description section. I will be posting them here. Taking a look at my opponent's army now is 2 lifeguards of horse and 2 mountain Jaguers on each side, 4 lifeguards of foot, which is a lie for the Swedish, and some ranked up Jaguers in the front. I noticed my opponent did not bring any artillery, so we're going to start that bombardment fairly quickly with our artillery and our 8-pounder. Take a look at his army. He's massing his cav up on his left flank, which is my right. He's moving up his main body and running, so all his guys are going to get winded by the time they get to me. We're going to start firing right now. The bad thing about massing your cav up on the flank is it gives your opponent a nice little other flank which you can move around your army and totally devastate that side of the field. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. While seeing this, I'm going to pull back my cav to my near my line of infantry and artillery. And on my left flank, I'm going to create a flank with my cav that's there, since he has no cav over here. And I'm going to start the engagement with Chassuer Cheval, I believe, or guard Chassuer Cheval. I'm going to volley off this man, even though he volleys off of me. Mine is more devastating since he's in a clump, which is a bad position to have cav in. And especially with Mountain Jaeger, since he'll fire into a lot of his own troops as well. Now I'm going to bring my Lancer to the back of them for a charge from behind, and I'm going to bring a line of infantry over there. And here I'm going to bring up my Voltiguers to start skirmishing, even though I didn't know they were out of range, since I was concentrating on the cav battle. So they do get volleyed off that quite a bit. So we're going to bring our line infantry up, hoping that we can volley off and destroy all these horses with only 2 cav units. I'm going to charge from behind with these regular French Lancers. It's going to be pretty devastating. I mean, their morale is, one of their cav units' morale is already pretty much down, but mine is too. And that line infantry is being pretty slow at the moment, so let's see how good my 2 cav do against his 4. Starting to spread them out, which is a pretty good idea, so I'm just going to pull back, hoping I can drag them into my line, but one of them retreats. So back in the middle here, I'm still getting volleyed off at. His rifles are just reloading at the moment. I think I can shoot. I'm just sort of at a stalemate here. I have my cav right there, ready to flank him at any time. Maybe notice that it makes a lifeguard afoot in a different stance. And now I've been hitting and running with these Lancers on his 3 cav units. And I've got about 3 of them down to half strength, and 1 is still pretty much has his full unit. And it's nice that he charged back, because these Lancers just like slaughtered his lifeguards of horse, which is a good idea for me, but not so good for him. So he's probably going to get me to sandwich right here. I'm going to try to pull out of there to drag him into my line infantry again, which is now reforming right there, as you see. But he's going to see that I'm doing this and pull back once more. And I'm going to hit and run charge once again, and this is going to wipe out this Mountain Jaeger unit. But as you can see, I basically crushed those 3 cav units with my 2. So good cav micromanagement is a key success in battles. And right here, I thought he was distracted, so I went around and tried to rush his general, which turned fatal to me, actually, because he turned around his lifeguards afoot. And the result was me losing a cavalry unit.
Our men are running, sir!
But right here, I see that he has his right flank not really supported, so I decided to move up my young guard and the brave to start flanking his Jaegers. I'm not really worried about those cav right now. I'm trying to use my artillery as bait. Hopefully I can get him in and rush him with my cav. So I'm going to move my cav by my artillery. And I'm going to start moving my line to flank these Jaegers. And I'm firing at his general right now. since I have nothing really else to fire at. And hopefully we can kill him to destroy the morale of his men.
We have killed their generals.
And I did.
Now,
So which is very good. This will devastate the morale of his men, and that's the bad thing if you don't bring artillery. Things like this happen. So if I recommend bring artillery unless you know what you're doing. This guy knew what he was doing, but I guess it didn't go as planned as he thought it would. So now he's going to see that I'm really flanking his Jaeger troops, so he's going to bring up 3 of his lifeguards afoot. And he's also going to try to cav charge my artillery, but I'm going to counteract with these Chassuer Cheval, which are totally going to destroy his mounted Jaegers, seeing their morale is really low and their manpower is not too high. And he's going to take these guys around. I'm not sure if he's going to charge my artillery or try to get me in a sandwich, but I destroyed them anyway. So we still have that cav unit at the flank as a reserve that everything goes wrong. And he did try to go for my arty, but I intercepted him. So let's see what's going on. My opponent has now saw that he's losing his Jaeger pretty badly, and he's going to bring up his lifeguards afoot to support this Jaeger troop, which was a fairly good idea, seeing that he had more line over there than me. They would soon volley off. So we'll just watch this. Now my opponent on my right flank has started to move up 4 line infantry units. I'm going to counteract with these 2 Swiss, and I'm going to move these 2 lines to the middle. If you notice on the minimap and on my screen, I still have 2 line of reserves at the back of my Young Guard and the Brave. So right now we're going to cav charge him on this flank and forcing him to get in square. And we're going to try to halt my guys right here and get him out of there. Even though actually that doesn't work, they get caught by the square and they can't really move. So right now he's actually winning on this flank over here, even though it shows he's losing morale wise because his general died. But he's actually winning that right over there. So I try to pull these cav out of there, but see there on the screen, it doesn't really end up working though. So that's good enough because they're in square and I can really deplete their men while they're in that. We got those Voltiguers still firing in the middle. You really want to keep your general safe. I mean, or bring artillery to kill the other person's general, because that line of infantry is winning and they're at red. So it just shows the devastating effect that the loss of a general could have on the enemy. So I actually got these cav units out there. We're going to charge the Jaguars, but they retreated. And we won that cav fight in the back against those lifeguards of Hoarse. So we're going to start pulling them around. Just a big line infantry fight going on right now. This just shows the simplest moves are the best in any battle. You don't have to make any crazy moves to start beating your enemy down. You know, it does make a better story or commentary, but still. So we're going to bring these cav around and just basically do a hammer and anvil strike again and start running down his line. And as you can see, before I even got there, his lifeguard foot retreated and their morale is slowly depleting. And we're going to try to cav rush him again, try to force him into a square. And as you can see, I'm really pushing the center there too, and my general just boosted my men's morale. And we're routing him on his left flank too. So this is not looking really good for him at all. Right now his center is getting pounded by 2 untouched line. His right flank is getting charged by cav and being depleted by 2 elite units. And his right flank is just dying because the regular line, and since their general is dead, their morale wasn't that high to begin with. So there goes his right flank basically. He only has 1 lifeguard foot there left, accidentally charged into those stakes there, but now they retreated. So there's my opponent actually does quit, and I'm gonna say good game to him, even though he didn't really say anything, just quit and left. Anyway, videos to come, a dual commentary soon with Caden. I'm not sure exactly when, but sometime this week. And more videos by me since I won't be here next week. Videos I'd like to recommend, Sadaz's channel. It's a good channel. That'll be in the video description below. And I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and look for future videos. Thanks for watching.